All right, I'm here. What's up, everyone? Sorry I'm late. Sorry I'm eating. Russian dinner, and I was editing Discovering Horror for tomorrow. Coming out, don't worry. On Wes Craven. It's going to be amazing. You guys are going to love it. And if you have questions about it, let me know. Welcome, everybody. It's Geeked Out Live. You know what that means? You pick the topics live. Write in the comments. You tell me what you want to talk about, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to have a really good time with it, too. So what do you guys have on your minds right now? Pull up Twitter. Love going on there and see what's trending. I saw Clint Eastwood trending earlier, hashtag Clint Eastwood. Now because X or, whatever the hell it is. It's just funny to me that it's like every time I see an older celebrity now trending, I'm like, birthday or death. Okay. And then like you're either let down by it or not. So yeah, let's see what's going on. Chris, what's going on, man? Great to see you, buddy. Am I going to see you at CFF this year? I better. Miss you, my friend. I do. I really miss having their talks when we do the shows. I'm all about the hard topics, so you can throw them out to me. What we got tonight? I love picking the topics. Let's what we got. That's right, everybody. You pick the topics at home. That's how we do it. Do it. I am so excited. We got a lot going on. If you don't know who I am, I don't know what to tell you. Let's talk geek. Just 1 month away. I know it's so crazy. And we're gearing up fast. And we stay tuned. Some more announcements can be made, I think. Can't confirm nor deny, but I can say. I think you'll be interested. It's gonna be fun times. So, guys, what you got? Where are we at? I want to check the X. You know the show, Geeked Out Live. There's no format. I talk about what you guys want to talk about in the geek world, movies, TV, whatever you got. I also just threw up a shit ton of mini reviews on new movies that have been coming out. So you can go check those out or check out the full reviews they're up to. That's on the podcast every week. You know how that works. If you're watching on Twitter, welcome, or X. See what's trending on you right now. Hope you guys are doing well. I love having you around. Bodies. I haven't seen that yet. I need to see that movie. I've heard good things. I've heard it's kind of odd, but I really want to check it out. Who's excited? Anybody watch the trailer for Maxine, the third in that Ty West trilogy? That started with X, and then the movie that clearly gave Elon many boners. And then it went on to Pearl, which was fantastic. My favorite in the bunch. I love it. And now Maxine. I'm super excited. I want to see how it plays out. It looks like it's going to be interesting. It looks like it plays the backdrop of Los Angeles in the 80s when the Night Stalker was running around. And that's like a very interesting case to if you're interested in true crime and stuff to kind of look into. And I think it can be done really well. I like the idea of Maxine, and the trailer looked really cool. All right, what else we got? I haven't been watching Shogun. I need to watch that. I watched the first 20 minutes of the first episode, and it was heavy, man. It's like I need a few minutes, and got into some work, and I just couldn't get back into it. But it was fantastic. It's just one of those things I think you got to be in the mood for. What else we got? Yeah, not much trending out there in the world. Lots of basketball, so I guess there's some big games today. I had gave up on basketball a long time ago for me. Yeah, I had to. It was, and it's a different sport now. It feels different than it was back in the day. Thoughts on the new Joker trailer? I dig it. All right. This might be a little controversial to some. I didn't like the first Joker. It's not a bad movie. I'm not saying that. I think it's a good movie. I gave it a high rating. I didn't like it. That's not something I was interested in. Like the take on it all, everything. Like it just, there's a lot of things I didn't like about the themes of it, but that doesn't hold me against the movie. And then I'm not a Batman purist where it's like, oh, you want to stick to the Joker. It's not really it, but and this is all to preface what I see in the second trailer, and I am excited for it. Is that I didn't enjoy basically the movie. Like I actually, in a weird way, thought there needed to be more fantastical things about it to make this movie more interesting, which leads me to the trailer. It seems like they're going in that direction, and I kind of dig that. I think that I'm interested to see how it plays out, but I'm not overly excited for the movie, if that makes sense. Just because the first one for me just didn't really do it for me as a movie. Again, it's not a Batman purist thing. I don't care. You do whatever you want with the Joker. I don't understand why people are purists about that. Personally, it's like you should want to take these characters into weird, crazy ways, and we love it when they do it in the comic. Well, no, that's not even true. We used to love it when they did it in the comic books. Now we don't. As a geek society, for some reason. But yeah, no, I'll check it out. I just don't know if I'll check it out in theaters. I'm kind of having a tough time. It's not that I don't want to support the theaters. I really do. And in fact, I do as much as I can. And it's usually older stuff. I go to drive-in, I go to the Alamo, sometimes AMC. I get the Bachman bucket sometimes or something like that. But like, I don't really care. But the Alamo is really cool. The Alamo here where I am is fantastic. And they do a lot of old movies, a lot of stuff like that. So I'll go and see those and some of the newer stuff that I want to see, especially indie stuff, because they always pick up some really good indie viewings of stuff. So I really dig that. And then the drive-in near me is always just fun. But there are just some movies I'm like, they're not hitting for me that I want to go to the theater anymore. And like I saw Godzilla and Kong. That was great. I was not a huge fan of Ghostbusters, so I could have watched that at home. And that's just a small dose of recent movies. Like there's a whole string of them where I'm like, I don't need to watch this in the theater, and I don't feel the urge to do it. And what that says to me is these movies aren't as good of quality. Now I'm talking about the big studio films, by the way. I'm not talking about indie. Please do not think I'm talking about indie. Indie, the beautiful thing about indie anything is that you have variety wherever you go. If you can't find something that you like, then you're the problem when it comes to indie. But when it comes to studios and the formula and stuff like that, a lot more love and care is going back into TV, which I do enjoy. But movies just seem to be getting the shaft, and it sucks. So we'll see. But I'm not like super excited to get back into the movies. Like I don't know that I'm gonna see Superman in the theater. I want to. I trust in James Gunn. I think it'll be really exciting, and I think because of his vision, what he did with Brightburn, especially to see him really do right by Superman, I think it's gonna be fantastic. I'm talking myself into going to see it in the theater. So, but yeah, I got off on this tangent. I know you guys have some topics for me to check out, but I did want to cover that because now I'm thinking about like I might go see Superman, but I'm getting tired of a lot of things. Though I don't need to see them in theaters anymore, and I'm not complaining about the theaters. I know many of you are probably sitting out there and being like, "These grouchy old assholes complaining about theaters." No, I will support the theaters. I'll go because, like I said, the theaters near me. They do old movies, and if they do them near you, go watch those old movies. We love them, right? And support your theaters that way. If you don't intend on going for the new movies, if you do intend going to new movies, go. I mean, all means. I hope people support theaters. It's just the studios are what are failing them right now. And that's what sucks. Stop making shiny popcorn buckets. Start making good movies. I got a little worried yesterday when I started seeing on TikTok Kevin Feige saying Deadpool is creating his own popcorn bucket. Now, I don't know if that's real. I don't know if it's fake, but I saw it reported on, stuff like that. We'll see what happens. And I it's not killing me because like I know Ryan Reynolds is a great marketer, and because the Dune popcorn bucket was such a big joke, I know he's going to make this fun. But I'm finding a trend in all of the really awesome popcorn buckets or memorabilia you can get at theaters now. The movie's just not that great and doesn't live up to it. And it kind of isn't worth it. And then I got the King Kong one, and that's not that great, and it was a good movie. So who knows? Maybe I'm on to something here. Play some science. Kind of excited to see Gaga doing more acting. Yeah, I am too. I am excited to see her play the Harley character. Again, change it up. I don't mind that. It would be nice to see hopefully. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know how it's going to work. I hope it doesn't work out that way, that he's abusive towards her, which the Joker always has been. It might be nice to see a different version of, the Joker and Harley maybe getting along. Like he's not abusive in any way. Yeah, they're psychotic, they're crazy. I'm not taking those elements away. But just the abusive sides, like it'd be cool if it wasn't like that. It was just more about I don't know. That was just a thought. Musicals are not my thing, so the new Joker movie don't look that appealing to me. Well, listen, Jimmy Crackhorn. I don't know that I'm excited if they really go all fantastical with it. It'd be kind of cool if this one opens up the fantasy that the Joker lives in a Batman world. Like the Batman world we see in these movies is what Arthur in the movie goes into. And that's how he becomes the Joker. He's just a madman in a city going crazy. But in his mind, it's the Batman city where he's the clown prince of crime. And Batman's out there trying to get him. And is Bruce Wayne in his mind. That could be kind of cool. So like it gives a realistic approach of maybe none of it exists except in the Joker's mind. I'm going off on tangents here, people. You got to give me topics. Throw them my way. What do you want to talk about? Talk about anything. I'll review a movie, hang out, we talk about whatever's going on. I kind of went off on movie theaters for a little while there. Well, not movie theaters again. Not movie theaters. Studios and their BS. We got in the entertainment field happening. I know it still trends every once in a while, and I know it's never going to happen, and I'm fine with that. First of all, you can't sell the Snyderverse to Netflix. Well, I guess you could sell the movies, but you can't sell the properties for Netflix to make. Yeah, that would be weird. And terrible. They're a terrible business idea for WB, which they're used to, so maybe they will sell it. But I don't know. For me, I'm done. I don't need the Snyderverse. I don't want the Snyderverse. It's over. Let them do Rebel Moon. And there's nothing against him. I like Zack Snyder, but it's been killed. Can we stop talking about it? Why do we have to keep drumming that up? Talk about something important. I'm all over the place tonight. I am very, very laid back today. If you catch my drift. Angela Bassett. That's right. She's Angela Bassett is supposedly coming back to Mission Impossible 8, is what I'm hearing. That'll be interesting. I liked her character. Well, I see us out there in the tweeters world. What you got for me? Anybody watch Bluey? Season finale of Bluey today. It was quite interesting. Okay, what do we got here? You guys are very, very quiet tonight. I'm going to find topics. Fine. I'm going to ask you guys questions. Let's hear what you guys have to say. All right. Here we go. What's your favorite movie to watch during the summer? And you got to give me a guilty pleasure. And it's got to be lame. This doesn't have to be lame, but all right. I think I talked about this one in the past. And now it's heating up because it's like 80 degrees today. Going into summer, one movie I have to watch every year is Summer Catch. It is it's terrible. It's not a great movie at all, but I just enjoy it. It's like a stupid little rom-com, like a little Romeo and Juliet rom-com that I dig. And then I just kind of hop on. I usually watch Doc Hollywood too during the summer. I always enjoy that one. I don't know why. If you could be the villain from any movie, who would you be? Ooh. Any movie, who could I be the villain of? Who would I want to be the villain of? Who succeeds? So maybe that villain. The machines in the Matrix. Who would I want to be? Honestly, I would like my personality. I'd want to be as small of a villain as possible. So, because if you dumb down the villain, you go small on it. It's like small. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it's small consequence. So I wouldn't want to be him either. I was gonna say Phil Hartman from Jingle All the Way, but he was a dickhead. Like I'm not even talking about like trying to sleep with his neighbor's wife or anything. Like, I mean, that's a whole other separate thing. I was talking about like he was like a real dick to kids. He was a dick to kids. He was a dick to the reindeer. So no, I wouldn't want to be. I don't want to be a dick. I don't know. I guess I don't want to suffer either. So I don't want to say like Darth Vader. Ridiculous. I have to think about that one. Friday the 13th and any summer camp horror. I agree. Is there any in particular besides Friday the 13th that you really want to see, or that you're gonna definitely watch? Like The Burning. It's one I could think of. Sleepaway Camp 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10. Can't think of anything else. They're out there. Oh, Bloody Summer Camp. Great movie. And it's coming out with a sequel. Should absolutely check those out. But I was thinking 80s summer camp movies. It's just drawing a blank. Throw out your topics, people. What you got for me? Any questions? What do you want to talk about? If you could pick any movie to have a virtual reality experience, which one would it be? All right. I got one. Sleepaway Camp is a must every year. I get it. I can't get into it every year, but it's not for lack of trying. It's just I don't think it was a go-to to me. I saw it when I was a little older in high school. So like when I was young, and it hit me right. Like it was like, whoa, this is freaky. But it wasn't like one of my young ones. So like when I was a kid. So like I go to Friday the 13th a lot, Nightmare on Elm Street, stuff like that. But I do respect it though. It's like up there with Texas Chainsaw Massacre for me. It's like I respect it. I like it. I just don't need to watch a lot of it all the time. CFF, who are you most excited to meet? Talking to? Oh, yeah. I mean, there's so many. It really is. It's tough because I'm trying to all right. So I'm excited. This is a cool lineup. I'm excited every year. It's very cool to meet everybody. As everybody knows, I'm not a huge celebrity guy. So like I don't really get anything signed. I don't really do anything. Like I'll interview, and I usually do it for CFF. I usually even limit the celebrity interviews on normal shows. Like I'd rather talk to directors and like below the line crew. That's my favorite. But I realize that, celebrities have a lot to offer, and I love hearing stories. That's why, like, if I invite people on, that's why I like CFF. A lot of times you get the stories because it's coming from a con, it's stuff like that. So it's like very interesting. So every year I'm excited. We've talked to a lot of great celebrities, interviewed a ton of them. The panels have all been a lot of fun. But this year, I think the most excited to meet for me. All right. So we'll go down the list. We might as well go down the list, right? Talk about who's going to be there. I'm interested in meeting everyone. Tom Arnold, I'd really like to talk to. His world of comedy, his acting, just like his vibe. Like, I would really like to talk to Tom Arnold. So if we do the interviews, I want to get a chance. I like Lachlan Monroe. Everything he's always in is always great. He's a character actor I just really appreciate, and I love him in A Night at the Roxbury. His character is great. Kelly Maroney's great. Jenna Jameson's going to be there, great. And she's in a rival movie too, because she's in Zombie vs. Strippers, and I was in Zombies, Strippers versus Zombies. So that means nothing, because she was the star of her movie, and I was hallway zombie number 17. So I wouldn't worry about any of that. Amy Steele will be cool to talk to. Tom Matthews, Alexandra Esso. So I'm really excited. I hope I get to interview her because I'm a big Mike Flanagan fan, and she works on a lot of his projects, but her characters are always really interesting, and I'd really like to see, how she goes from one to the other, and when she's doing that, like she's working with Mike Flanagan, because some overlap, and it'd be interesting to hear, like, there's such dark characters or haunted characters in a lot of them, I should say, and like how she being a part of so many and filming those, like, what's it like? Like, I mean, she's brand new really to acting outside of that, and it's just be interested to see, like, what she's taken from all of those performances so far, and different turns she's taken with characters in those performances, in those different series. David Arquette. How can you not be excited to meet a world champion? I know David Arquette. He's the man. And like Scream, I like him in Scream, but I mean, I'll talk to him about Ready to Rumble all day long on that movie. Crazy Eight-Legged Freaks. I want to talk to him about that. That's always a fun one. But Scream, of course, we're going to want to talk Scream, and just, getting back into wrestling stuff would be cool to talk to him about. Just seems really nice guy. I know my wife's really excited to meet him because, like, she's met him in the past, and she has a picture with him, and she wants to get it signed by him. So Bill Moseley's awesome. But out of everybody and wanting to meet everybody, and if I missed anybody, I'm sorry, but I think someone I'm going to be very excited to meet is Heather Langenkamp. I love Nightmare 1 and 3 are amazing. I watched her in Just the 10 of Us. So, like, I remember when that spinned off of Growing Pains. So, like, then, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and I loved her in the Midnight Club. Her character as the headmistress was amazing, just truly fantastic. I loved her in that, and that's another one. Being a Mike Flanagan fan, I would love to talk to her about it. Talk to her about that process, and like, going from this character who showed a lot of love, showed a lot of care, but also seemed very dark, very haunted, and then where it ended up, and the fact that we're not getting another one, I want this. I miss that show. That's such a good show. Anyway, that's it, folks. To me, Warrington Gillette's going to be a lot of fun, and he's doing a photo op in character, and that's going to be pretty cool. Heather is also cool. And it's going to be cool there, because it's its last tour. It's the Green Goblin face from Maximum Overdrive, and I will definitely be getting a picture with that, God willing. So that's what you got in the topics for me, which I got 9 of you watching, and you ain't all on the X. So let's hear what you guys got for me. Any fun topics going on? Talk some Bluey. All right, let's see. What I got another topic. Let's see what we got. Which movie do you think has the best car chase scene? It's a good question. Keep throwing out your topics. I will, absolutely have fun listening and talking about them. But okay. So which car chase? It's tough. It's tough. And I don't want to say the best because I don't know what the best is going to be. Ronin was good. Ronin was a great car chase. Bullet, another great car chase. But Bullet set the tone. So many have taken afterwards. And what's a car chase? Does motorcycles count? Or are we just talking cars? I mean, I guess I set the parameter, so whatever. But so we'll add motorcycles. Then the Great Escape, a great one. The Queen on the bike. Oh man. Born Identity was really good. The first one when he's in France in a Mini Coupe. What else we got? I'm trying to think of some good ones, but I know what my favorite is. It's Gone in 60 Seconds, Eleanor. That's got to be my favorite. I'm not saying it's the best, but I think that's my favorite. I love that movie. I think that was just such a fun movie, and that car chase scene all the way throughout, very fantastical, but just a lot of fun. And with the Dukes of Hazzard hop at the end, that movie Dukes of Hazzard though had some good car chases. I will say that. It was very cool when he's like so so behind in the race, and it's very Dukes of Hazzard thing, and he enters the race and just brings the whole like police department. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, no, so those are some good ones, but I would definitely say that's Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds with Nick Cage. That's probably one of my favorites. I love that one. I'm going to try. I do. I really want to. I am very limited on cons at the moment and going out to them because I've been using the cane. God, my knee's been busted, so working on it, getting it strong. Just definitely working every day. So hopefully, but once that is and clears up, it's stopped me from being able to do a lot of stuff. Like there's some film festivals that asked me to come out. Somebody wanted me to intro like a movie premiere for them, but I just with the cane, it's just tough for me to get around. So I've had to kind of limit it. CFF, of course, every year I work with them all year round. So I can't and wouldn't get out of it like that. Like I love CFF, but Tidewater is definitely an interesting one because it's in home state, so I wouldn't mind checking that out for sure. But I do want to spread. But you need to help me. You got to spread the Snobs Nation, and you did such a great job with it. All of you out there, spread the Snobs Nation. Join the community, hang out, have fun. Why not join the Discord? Let's get into it. I'm trying to get the Discord more lively. We have good talks. We have all the channels breaking down, and everybody has good talks, and it's fun. And we're all sharing. I just want to get like that general conversation like really going. So if I want to join up, get in there. Let's talk about it. So it's linked down below in the link tree. Check that out. It's a good time. But and then it is pretty fun. And we're starting to do watch parties. Sturdy's doing his Sturdivision movies on there. So we're having a good time with it. I might do a watch party very soon now. What movie should we watch? You tell me. All right. Well, I just wanted to come on, see all your pretty names and faces in your pictures. But I wanted to jump in, talk a little bit, see how you guys are doing. If you guys are, what do we got here? I get the cane, brother. I keep mine with me at all times. You control your health. Don't let it control you. Thank you. Yes, man. Thank you very much. It's great to hear from you, bro. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like it's really just for making sure I don't fall over at this point because my knee gives out at sometimes. Again, because I'm like strengthening it, but like sometimes it's just a little, and like it can give out if I don't have the cane there right away. I'll go over. So yeah, that's it right now. But once it gets strong enough, and I'm hoping by CFF it's like strong enough where I'll be kind of able to not race around like some young whippersnapper. Age myself. But like, be able to run around a bit, shoot stuff, and be ready to go. But I'm getting there slowly but surely. So, and the rest of you, I hope you're all doing well. I hope everything's great. Any last topics you want to talk about before I get going. Ooh, we got here. Busting Scammers 2024 S2 Brute. I have no idea what that means. But sure. Okay. I appreciate it. Busting Scammers. I appreciate you watching, bud. Yeah. I mean, at this point, we're just getting ready, getting prepped. If CFF we were talking about a bit. It's a convention that I work with as a media partner. And we're gearing up. We got a lot of stuff coming down the pipe, ready to do it. And I hope you guys can be a part of it. Would you ever do would you ever do like a podcast for true horror stories? I would not. And the reason being, honestly, I stay in my wheelhouse a lot. Like, well, that's not true. I do span out, but like there are people I know. I do like to stay in my wheelhouse with podcasting. Like, I don't mind doing like rewatch shows, review shows, movie, TV, geek stuff, because that's always been the forte. And when it comes to the haunted and horror and stuff, I got no problems with that. I usually stick more movies than anything else. Because I'm a movie guy. So like true horror, and I don't think I have the voice for it. Not saying that I couldn't, like I do a lot of readovers and stuff like that. So I think I could do it, but there's so many passionate people doing it already who love doing that, right? So there's actually, I hope he's still doing, they're pretty good, but Dadpool on YouTube. It was Dadpool at Dadpool on YT. He was doing his own horror stories podcast for a little while. And if you go over to YouTube, I think you can find him. I believe they're on there as well. But he also does reviews and stuff like that. You check that out. There's also I found some really good ones on TikTok. It's not a horror stories podcast, but it's a really good horror podcast. It's Camp Nightmare. Of course, I love my buddy Sturdy. Go check out Sturdy. I think Sturdy would do well with doing like. Well, Sturdy likes more of the movies. He's not so much into that, I don't think. So maybe not. But you should check him out. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. I love him, I should say. I'm a big fan of his show. Now I feel like a dick. All right, forget him. Leave him alone. He's not doing horror stories. What are we doing? Let's read. Let's read and let's not meet our great. Okay, I'll check it out. Let's read and let's not meet our great. Okay. I watch a lot of that stuff, the true horror stories, because I don't listen to podcasts. I'll listen to some true crime podcasts. I think those are interesting if it's a case that I really want to follow. But I don't really get into horror stories. And the reason being is they freak me out. I'm not even going to lie to you. I don't get into them too often. But a good voice, like movies, I'm fine. Like I know how I've made movies, done this, but like I don't know if sometimes these stories they're telling are true or they're fantastic. Sometimes you can tell. But I know, but like sometimes it's killer. Someone's like, is this true? But the voice, the sounds they put to it, the music, it's creeps me out. I'm not gonna lie. And I usually listen to podcasts before bed. So it's like a nice relaxing thing for me. Or when I'm like up late and in my office, which is in the basement. You're insane. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna shit myself. I got no shame. I respect horror. That's how much I love to be scared by horror. That's why I love it. I don't want to walk outside and see all the World War III horrors that are going on. I want my TV horror. Like, let it be peaceful. Maybe it would fix everything if we brought back Pogs. That's what we should do. Is just simulate war, but make their best chess player play our best chess player. That'd be a fun one. Don't laugh at me. It does freaks me out. I love getting scared. I don't mind it. That's the whole point. I never understood horror fans who are like, I love horror, but it's not scary. Well, what are you doing? Like, what are you watching it for? Just the blood and guts. Like I get it for the effects, things like that, but isn't there some element? Like, the reason what I chase in horror movies when I watch them, and it's harder and harder, because I've made horror movies, I've been a part of it, and that's a good question. What about horror movies creeps me out? Letting go, just letting it do it, letting the filmmaker scare me, or letting the stories get to me. Feeling the music. I could very easily, when I get freaked out, I'm like, all right, I can't listen to this before bed. I don't want nightmares or anything else. So it's not like I freak out and I run into another room and I have to watch TV for an hour. Like, I'm fine, but I let it scare me. And depending on what mood I'm in, do I go too far with it, kind of kick back with it or something? But yeah, this is some of those stories, though, they're freaky as hell. And when I watch the documentaries and stuff, like the true crime documentaries, or I listen to true crime podcasts, those are freaky too. There's always somebody, like, it always seems like those have friendlier podcasters who are just like a little more bubbly, but horror friendly bubble. So it doesn't scare me as much. But yeah, that's it. I just kind of let it scare me, is what it comes down to. I've only had one movie really scare me, When Darkness Falls. Had some good jumps. That was a good one. But that's why every one of us got in, who are like horror fans, like deep core horror fans. I think we got into it when we were young because it was provocative. When we see the trailers or we see the posters, or somebody would tell us about it, it was provocative. It was like, this could scare me and I want to be a part of it. I feel like it's scaring a lot of people. Why are we not? Like, why can't I be a part of that? I want to feel that. And then we grow up and we're horror fans. And I think that's why we hate everything, or we hate on everything as much as we do. Because what it really comes down to is we're diminishing everything because we're older now. One, we're getting the same type of horror. Well, that's not true. That is not true. We're getting some really great horror, and on many different levels. And then when I say nowadays, I don't mean like this year. I mean like the last 8 to 10 years have been really solid, in my opinion, and like a new renaissance, if you will. So it's been interesting, but again, it's harder and harder because when I watch a movie, there's a lot of technical to it. Like, I know where a light is, I know where the mic is being put, I know, I can see it, I know where the camera's placed, I know what's happening here, there, so I'm reading the technical side of it, but at the same time, I'm trying to allow the story to scare me. It's like when I read a script, it's almost like you read it and you imagine in your head and you let it affect you. If that script can affect you in some way, that's a good script. Maybe it needs more work. Not saying that, but it is a good script because it has affected you. And so that's why I try to let the movie still affect me. And it was an exercise because there was a while there was I watched so much, nothing did. But I think that's what happened with horror fans in a lot of ways. Like, we grew up, our tolerance grew with all the crazy stuff we've watched. And then we just thought it was more of a badge of honor to not be scared because, maybe you thought you get bullied as a kid, whatever. It was a badge of honor to not be scared than to sit back and what I feel is just enjoy it. Again, you can appreciate it from many levels, not just being scared. But why would you want to watch a horror movie and not let it affect you like that? Like, why would you want to watch a drama and not let it make you sad, or a comedy make you happy, or whatever else? Like, there's that. I mean, that's how we feel. And I listen. I love. That's what I think TikTok's doing really well. Not just some of these stories are ridiculous, but a lot of it's turning people into really fun little storytellers. And it's also, an interesting. That's a bit of a touchy subject to a lot of people. I mean, I love it. I think it's great. I think it should stick around. But everybody's got my information anyway. Who gives a shit? So I like that. To me, you got to let the movies affect you. You have to in some way. The same way when you rewatch your favorite movies over and over again, it's because they're still affecting you. You're still feeling that moment. But could you imagine if you just like took a step back, stop like analyzing, stop saying like this, that, or the other thing as horror fans? And I'm only talking about the horror genre, but this really covers all genres. And you go to a movie and instead of being critical of it off the bat, do I like this actor? Do I like this? How does it make you feel? Just feel the movie. How does it make you feel? And then talk based on that. But nobody does that anymore. It's all like trash, trash, trash. And it's just no fun. As a kid, Nightmare on Elm Street 2 scared the shit out of me. When it came to riding to school, I don't doubt that, man. That was pretty scary back in the day. I think for me, I've gotten numb to horror where nothing really creeps me out anymore. I hope you can let that go. Get rid of that numbness and start getting affected by it more. Again, every movie, that's the whole point. That's got to break heart. That's got to break filmmakers' hearts to hear that. Like, the whole point is to be affected, and in a way that really draws out what needs to be. And like, I love it, man. Like, I've gotten to a point in the last like 10 years where I'm just like, I'm going to feel it more. I'm gonna, own the movie. Let's see what's into it. Like when I'm watching a comedy that I love, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh as hard as I can. Because I love that. I was just thinking about it the other day. I love Wet Hot American Summer. I need to watch that again. That's another one during the summer I always watch. And I will laugh, and it will be fun. But all right, guys. Well, it's been a good time. It's been fun. If you do come back and check us out next, well, make sure to check out the Scene Snobs podcast. That's live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern on the channel. Go check it out. But you got to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you know when those shows and more are coming out. Got a pretty heavy week. We got Godzilla coming out tomorrow. That's episode 15. We'll talk about Godzilla -1 and the new Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire. And we go in depth on that. That's been this will be a 16-week retrospective, so we're coming up on the last couple episodes. We'll go back and watch them, watched every Godzilla film and some of the TV shows and stuff like that, and we talked a lot of Godzilla. It's a lot of fun. That comes out tomorrow. New Discovering Horror, covering Wes Craven, comes out tomorrow. That's sponsored by Carolina Fear Fest. Go get your tickets. 5 years of Fear. They're celebrating it this year on Memorial Day weekend. Go get them. Then you have Tuesday, of course, the Scene Snobs podcast. Go check that out. We have mixtape episode coming back. That's where we make our mixtapes, but we're using music from TV shows, not just intros. Get into it. It's gonna be a lot of fun with a lot of great guests in that episode. Wednesday, nothing Wednesday. Well, no, I'm sorry. We'll have a new classic film review up. Thursday, we're gonna have our film reviews up. Friday, we're gonna have tons of stuff coming, so just make sure you're joining in and being part of it. All new horror conversations on Thursday as well. That'll be live. Go check it out. But every Sunday, 6 p.m., you can come here and talk topics with me. Have some fun. Put them together. What do you want to talk? Think about it. Put them in the comments, and I will talk about them. Let's have a good time. All right. Until next time, I am Mick Manhattan from the Scene Snobs, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.